Nicolas Carter is a talented and versatile international harpist. Born in Minnesota and raised in Paraguay, an artist able to create unique performances, captivating audiences of all ages, blending his musicianship and his skills as a theater artist, storyteller. Over a dozen recordings to his credit and a career spanning over 25 years, Carter has shared his music in concert halls, schools, churches, festivals, hospitals, and private events all over the United States, Latin America, Europe, and Israel. Carter's authentic, warm, and friendly interaction creates an intimate experience, bringing inspiration, motivation, and joy. Nicolas Carter, sparks of the harp to the heart. Hello, my name is Nicolas Carter, and I play the Paraguayan harp, the national folk instrument of the country of Paraguay in the heart of South America. I was actually born in the state of Minnesota, and I was 6 months when my parents went to work to Paraguay as missionaries. And one of the things that I did after school, well, every day I played soccer, but after that I took harp lessons. It was such a popular instrument that I could hear harp music and when I went to church, or I could hear harp music in the festivals or in the radio, and I fell in love with it, and it just became part of my life. So the first song I want to play for you is in the traditional folk style of harp music of Paraguay, and one of the rhythms we call Paraguayan polka. And though it has the same name as the German or the Polish polka, it is really a very different style of polka. We play 3/4 on our left hand, the accompaniment, and we play 6/8 our melody. And this is the style of music that I grew up with, and I learned to play by ear. And because so many of us learn to play by ear the Paraguayan harp, sooner or later we all start to compose our own little songs. But the style of what I'm going to be playing for you right this moment as an introductory to this instrument and to the country of Paraguay this is a very, very, very typical Paraguayan style of music. So I want to do a little tour throughout Latin America with the Paraguayan harp. As much as I grew up in Paraguay, my mother is a little bit further south from Paraguay. She's from Uruguay, Argentina. She was born in Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. She spent many years of her life across the river in Uruguay. And so every summer I would travel with my parents and my brother and my sister to a country home in Uruguay of my grandparents. And there I would get to meet my Argentinian cousins. And that was a whole different culture and a different style of speaking Spanish. And it was a lot of fun for me. Though I had to get used to that flamboyant style of speaking Spanish and compared to how we spoke Spanish in Paraguay. The Argentinians were a lot more like the Italians. Hey, ¿qué te pasa, primo? ¿Por qué no me llamaste? Te estoy buscando. You know, very, very expressive people. And one of the famous singers of tango music from this golden age of music in Argentina is called Carlos Gardel. He is just loved throughout the Rio de la Plata. And he's kind of like the Frank Sinatra of singer character of that part of the world. And so I've recorded a couple songs here for you. This is from Carlos Gardel, El día que me quieras, en Adiós muchachos. Adiós, muchachos. Más requerida de aquellos tiempos. Me toca hoy emprender la retirada o alejarte de mi vieja muchachada. Ahí va. Well, continuing now with our Latin American tour, I would like to take you to Brazil. And this is a country, the largest country in South America, the most diverse country also in population, and it's got all kinds of different styles of music. And this is a style of music that I've always enjoyed. It's called choro. And this song that I'm going to play for you is actually traditionally played as a classical guitar piece. I hope you enjoy it. And now, moving along in this concert, I would like to take you to Peru. And this is the region we call the Andes of South America, the long range of mountains that come all the way from the north to the south of South America. And especially in that central area of this mountain range, countries of Peru, Bolivia, northern Chile, northern Argentina, Ecuador. There's a lot of beautiful music traditionally played with the Andean flutes, pan flutes. And this song is kind of a song that reminds me of the presence of various different cultures. The song is called Vírgenes del Sol. But I hear certain parts of it that sound like a Spanish classical music. I hear the drum beat of the native music of the mountains. I hear melodic phrases that are very much traditional and those flute melodies. And I added a little bit of the kind of Arabic scale, little twist to it, as the Arabs have also been a part of the influence of Spanish music since they were in Spain for 500 years. And so it's a wonderful blend of different styles that I feel come in harmony through music and through this song. And I think of one group of people conquering another group of people, and that eventually it's through the language of music that we bring the most beautiful side of our expressions, and we bring in also the sense of beauty and the sense of harmony. So I hope you enjoy this song, Vírgenes del Sol, from Peru. I started my career as a professional musician, getting gigs in the state of Minnesota. That's where I went to study after I graduated from high school in Paraguay. And I was a theater student. But then I started getting jobs playing music in Mexican restaurants. In fact, one of my first paid gigs was playing at a Cinco de Mayo event or evening at a Chichi's restaurant in Minnetonka. And I really developed a very strong relationship to Mexico through the Mexicans that were living in Minnesota and that were playing music. Latin America is a family in many ways. All countries that have inherited the Spanish culture in one way or another can connect pretty easily with each other. So Paraguayan musicians have long connected with the repertoire of music in Mexico. So it wasn't strange for me to become, I guess, adopted by these Mexican musicians and learning to play so many different songs. And one of the things about Mexico is that they really know lyrics for hundreds and hundreds of songs. And Jarabe Tapatío is well known as a dance that is very popular in the area of Guadalajara, Mexico. And when you play this song, you have to switch between the son and the waltz and the polka, the Mexican polka. So these three different rhythms are kind of inter-exchange as I play this song. Jarabe Tapatío, some people also know it as the Mexican hat dance. So I hope you enjoy it. Viva Mexico! I would like to play some of my original compositions, as I have been living in the United States and presenting a lot of the music that I learned to play or enjoy as a child, and also becoming a part of the Latin American community in the United States. I also became a part of the harp community in the United States. And that culture is primarily a Celtic-based, in the folk harp world, it's really Celtic-based music. It's the majority, and Latin Americans are quite a little minority in that community. But I was very happy to be a part of this wonderful community and participate in so many different festivals around the country, many times giving workshops, offering concerts. And so I got to listen to many incredible harp players. And that also has influenced when I started to compose music. Now this song is called Entre Ramas. It means in between the branches. And I lived in France for a year, and I had a very good friend, a couple, who had a little countryside home with a beautiful backyard with these kind of walls made out of rocks. And there was a beautiful cherry tree. And one Sunday afternoon, I went to visit them, and Bernard, who was in his mid 70s, was up on the tree, and he had one foot in one branch and another foot in another branch, and he was picking the most delicious cherries, and he looked like a little kid, and he had this great smile and twinkle in his eyes. And when he passed away, and I heard news of that was many years later, I always remembered that image of him up on the tree with his two legs in between the branches, entre ramas. This next composition is also original. It's called Blessing, and I composed it while living in the countryside in Uruguay in a very, very beautiful setting. It was the countryside home of my grandparents, about 100-year-old house, wooden floors, high ceilings, the eucalyptus trees that were planted about 80 some years ago were huge trees, and there's a beautiful view from the house of the surrounding farmlands of peach trees and apple orchards on one side and lemon orchards on the other side, and a beautiful view where we could enjoy the sunset every evening. And it was a majestic, cinematic place to live. And I spent 2 years of my life there with my wife, Maria Elvira. We enjoyed this place so much that we called this song Blessing. When you feel like the nature around you suggests so many beautiful feelings and so many beautiful postcards every day of your life, you feel very grateful. So here we go, Blessing. Yes, that's my wife in the background, by the way. She's in the kitchen. And, well, you know, if there's little pops and this and that during this concert, this has been the time of the coronavirus, and we've had to be a little bit locked up, and so that's why this concert would have taken place live, but unfortunately it was canceled, and so it's currently a recorded concert. I'm so happy that you've been listening to this concert. Please send me a note. Let me know that you were present. My name is Nicolas Carter, and my website is nicolascarter.com. And all these songs are in a way available in CDs. I also have music available for people who are interested in the music, and I also have a story that I wrote about the origin of the harp. Is a little story for children, a kind of a bedtime story, also available. So with gratitude for this opportunity to share my music in this context, I want to say goodbye, and I will say goodbye with a last little sweet waltz, a sort of bedtime song called Betty's Waltz, in memory of a wonderful, wonderful aunt of mine. She was called Betty Carter, who loved to dance. And so I hope you're in your dreams, you will be able to dance with this song. Thank you. Bow, and what did Hanish hear right when the bow was gone? He heard the sound. And then his second brother, the oldest brother, he was the next one to go. And what did he hear? And then his third brothers pulled his. And since he was the youngest, he had the smallest bow. And when it was his time, he was just excited about the sounds that these bows were making. When he didn't care about the deer or anything anymore. He just cared about the sound, and he pulled his. And he had this vision. Wow, he thought. That's very fascinating. Well, they came back home with the deer. The town celebrated that evening, and Hanish went to